All right, y'all, welcome to another show here on Godcastic with Real Talk with Tula Kabone. And you know what I always say, if you hear the sound of my voice, that means God to bless you to see another day. Can we get an amen? We get an amen for that. Prayers go up, blessings come down. And, you know, I always want to greet you. Also, I want to greet you in the tongue of Swahili, Habargani, and the response will be in Zuri. So today is what I call Freestyle Wednesday. You know, it's just a few things that I kind of had on my mind that I want to share with the people. First of all, I want to say thank all of those who be listening to what I have to say. I think it's an honor to have you listening to. Thank you. Thank you to have you listen to me on this platform. I realize the importance of having a platform, even being able to speak to the people. I really appreciate the sacrifice those who came before me made for me to be in this type of space. Particularly my ancestors, who some of them known to me or not. Some of them didn't have the opportunity to even breathe another day. The brothers and sisters who was lynched, the brothers and sisters who was raped during slavery, the stuff that we went through. And sometimes, man, you know, I have to laugh to keep from crying to know the horrific treatment that black people were subjected to while being in bondage in America. And I only thank God that I'm here to be a sounding board for what they went through and to speak up their truth when I have the opportunity to. I do have another show on 88.1 FM that I do on Monday and Thursday. Monday, I focus more on the culture aspect of what affects African Americans, and I find that to be very important. But I can only think, even those who started the Godcastic podcast, you know, I stand on their shoulders too, because with a vision comes action. And a lot of us have visions, you know, I appreciate that. A lot of us have visions and we don't have actions. And sometimes, man, it's hard to, when you feel hopeless, you feel life is hopeless also. So when you have that vision to start something like a Godcastic or podcastic, and you kind of got to push that agenda and see how it's going to go, you step out on a limb, you don't know how people are going to be receptive to it. Even me being on a platform, you know, I've always told myself that I want to be in a position to tell people the truth. I don't want to be bought. I don't want to be sold. You know, I don't want to dance where I don't itch, and I don't want to buck my knees to be a bootlicker. You know, I've kind of held tight to that. So, you know, I just want to thank everybody again who allows me to be on this platform, who take the time out, thank you, to listen to what I have to say. Nothing is scripted. I need to say this. I don't have notes in front of me. Everything I speak is from what I know or what I feel. So a lot of people think that I be having notes. I don't. I don't have notes. I just speak. All right, so I really want to talk about a few things on Freestyle Wednesday. So, and you know, and sometimes we have to think before we act. So let me tell you what a brother did last week in Southfield, Michigan. He was at Chipotle's. The brother named, well, I'll just say brother. So he went to Chipotle's, and whoever was serving him gave him, he felt they didn't give him enough guacamole. So the brother got so mad, and it was arguing. He went behind the counter where they served the food and put the guacamole on his own plate. So they attacked, you know, they told him, hey, man, you know, employee approached him, hey, man, you can't be doing that. Him and the employee got into a little scuffle because he way out of bounds. He shot the employee with a gun in his knee. And he was a legitimate CPL holder. After he shot him, he took his food and left out the door. Of course, you know, the police caught him, took him to jail, and charged him with assault. I think assault, highest level assault you can be charged with. So I began to really evaluate that whole situation. And the brother was in his 30s, so he's not like he was immature And I said, man, what would make you go behind the counter, fill your own cup up with guacamole? When the employee try to push you away from the guacamole, you fight with the employee, take your legally held gun out and shoot them in the knee, walk out the restaurant as if you was really going to get to enjoy that meal. So, I mean, I had to really think, man, like, hey, family, you had rage problems prior to even going to Chipotle's, and people probably didn't tell you, or they told you. You heard them, but you wasn't listening. There's a difference between I heard you and are you listening. Now you got a case and got put on TV for trying to fill up a cup with guacamole because they didn't give you enough guacamole. Brother, are you for real? There wasn't more serious things you can worry about in society, like racism, or fight for your ancestors for reparations. You and Chipotle wrestling over some guacamole. And I know your family think you're crazy. And you know somebody in the family, I'm thinking what they had said, I knew that was going to happen. Y'all know he crazy. What I said last week. Sometimes you got to tell a person, hey, man, hey, fam. If you friends with somebody who got a high temper, especially if they're a CPL holder, and you think he's going to shoot you, call him, text him. Stay away from texting. Hey, man, you need to slow down. Because if you don't, this is what's going to happen. So that brother's whole life got ruined because he decided to go in Chipotle, get mad for some guacamole. They didn't give you enough of guacamole that you could have went and made. I would have made some. Got some guacamole. You went behind the counter and put on your plate. My man pushed you out the way. The employee trying to push you out the way. You shot him in the kneecap with a legally held. Well, you ain't got no CPL. So, I mean, and the reason I'm saying is sometimes, let me just be clear. Our people, we can go in there and act a donkey in a restaurant. And for what? And then when they call the police, now you cooperate. They ask you, can you please leave, ma'am? Or can you please leave, sir? Or, and you might have got wrong, but is it worth that, man? Is it really worth even breaking that kind of hostility? And people get mad, man. I see people get mad over their coffee not being heated. Why you ain't got the right Starbucks cream? And is it really that serious? Because guess what? You don't holler at somebody else like that. When the police pull you over, you the most polite thing in the world. You go to a job that's racist, you still cooperate. But then when you get with your people, you want to act like a donkey. For real. So, I really had to speak on that. Because he's not the only one, but he went to the extreme by shooting a brother in the knee, right? And going around the poke. He did that. But some of us, man, we really need to think about our attitude and our behavior and our actions. Them people are employees. Thank you. They ain't getting paid no money. The people getting paid the money is the owner of the restaurant. Some of them probably in school trying to get themselves together. It might be a struggling single mom, a struggling single dad. Or they parents trying to work and just have the bare minimum to survive. They already been underpaid, period. So here come you getting mad at them about some guacamole. You probably could have paid 50 more cents to got some more guacamole, good brother. Now your whole life is altered because you wanted to eat some guacamole. And now that you want to eat it, you want to get extra. So I want to go to another incident that occurred. East Point last week. It's about 2 or 3 in the morning. I'm going to say between 1 and 3 in the morning. They got 6 young brothers walking around in East Point. Now, East Point is a suburb outside of Detroit, for those who don't know what East Point is. And somebody see them casing cars. Now, I want y'all to think about this, and I want y'all to hear me well. If you in East Point, Michigan, and you see 6 people, just 6 people in general, let's not even talk about race, looking at car windows, the average person, right, citizen, they're going to say, well, hey, man, either you're going to say something to them, you're a street guy, you're going to say, hey, man, you better get away from there. That's a problem. But if you consider yourself somebody who don't want that type of drama, they're going to call the police. So the brothers riding down Gratiot, they got the back window of a car they stole with the window busted out of it, driving down Gratiot. So when the police pull them, they all jump out and run. And every last one of them got caught. They found 2 pistols, 2 masks, and a thing that you puncture the window with. So my thing was this, brothers. I at some point, somebody, and this is why I said that I always got to be a level-headed person and amongst the brothers and sisters who think stupidly to do stupid stuff. Somebody got to say, hold on, man, let me understand this. You want us to come meet you 2 o'clock in the morning to walk around and steal a car in East Point, Michigan. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. And at that point, all of them should have said, I'm straight on that, man. But somehow you got convinced that you was going to get away with that. And not only get away with it, but what was you going to do? What were all y'all going to do with a car? Do with the car? And that's what I'm saying. So at some point, somebody should have said, hey, you know what? No, that don't make sense, and we ain't going to do that. And that's what I mean, man. You have to have people around you that's level-headed. And you cannot be afraid to tell your friends or people you associating the truth, especially when you going to jail with them, right? Because the person who probably planned it, you seen the first 48, you see what they do on the first 48? All the police got to say, when they say, you want a cigarette? It's over. Yeah, give me one. It's over. He's been telling everybody. And you swore he wasn't going to tell. But, man, we got to do better things in our time. As a people, particularly young brothers, or he doing the wonder, especially young brothers, we got to do better stuff with our time. And when we are adults, I appreciate that. Because young black men have to be, and I get it, man, they probably looking for money. Then when we are adults, we have a responsibility. If we know they planning that, or that they could be in some trouble, if you see your son got out, where you going 1 o'clock in the morning? What's going on? You be on his head like, no, what you doing? Or your grandpa, your nephew, your niece, you say, hey, man, what's going on? Oh, well, my friend, do you know how stupid that sounds? Sometimes we can't think when we doing stuff like that. We legitimately think that it's okay, and somehow the police they won't see you. They got cameras. They got more cameras now than they did when I was growing up. If you think somebody really is not going to call the police on 6 young black men walking around the East Point looking in cars. Now, what part, and you got 2 ski masks in the car. Now, what part of that it sounds crazy, right? So, let's move on. All right, y'all. This is going to be a hot topic. TD Jakes. And I say this with respect. I don't know what happened with TD Jakes and Diddy Party, and I'm just saying this. But at some point, and Diddy can do what he want to do. He's an entertainer. That's what he does. But when we looking at a pastor, who somehow can maintain some type of moral decorum or godly decorum to not attend a party at Diddy's house. Right, like it's like in the hood, and this is what I was thinking. In the hood, if somebody invites you to a party, you say, "Well, what a party?" First thing you say, "Well, who having a party and who all gonna be there?" When they say, "Freak League gonna have a party," you already know they're gonna be having drinking. He putting stuff in the pills. He gonna have strippers. So at that point, and you already know, Freak, he off the chain. We already know he off the chain. So at that point, you got to make a decision whether you want to go to Freak League party or not. Because if you go, now you in the mix, right? And then, not only that, they call your pastor. They say, hey, pastor, we're going to have liquor here. We're going to have girls here. We're going to have everything popping off. And, hey, man, why don't you come to the party? Now, in normal times, you would think your pastor would say, I'll be praying for y'all. There's a lot of sin going. Now, oh, you know what? Okay, yeah, I'll be able to. Where's it at? What time is it popping off? Because at that point, pastor, I'm going to be looking at you like you sideways. Now, what would Jesus do? He wouldn't go to that party. And if he did, he start praying for people. Right? Let's get a hand clap on that one. So and I'm saying this because a lot of people have stopped going to church as a result of pastors who have corrupt behavior, or people in the church who have who is pimping the word of God. Meaning every 10 minutes they want you to pass the plate, and you looking at the pastor, he driving a brand new Cadillac while you catching the bus and driving a hoopty. Then when you say, well, hey, can y'all give me some money to pay my light bill? They looking at you like you crazy. And you don't put enough money in the church to pay the light bill. You know, I know because I've been there. So now people looking at the pastors like I'm straight on the church thing, but hey, you know what? I can praise the Lord myself. I can put on my church music on Sunday. I can walk around the house and shout out. I can talk to a few people. We got our own oppressor. So when you get somebody like T.D. Jakes, who's a prominent, black pastor, right? Because we've been through a lot as a people. Right, black people have been through a whole lot, and I say this unequivocally, without question, there's no culture of people who ever been subjected to the horrendous behavior that black people been subjected to, and still be able to stand up and smile and say, but for the glory of God, there go I. And we still move forward, and we still try to love, and we still forgive him. So now we get a black pastor that's saying the right stuff, that's getting our soul right with the Lord, and you find out he was hanging out at Diddy parties, dancing on the stage. So now you begin to look at like, oh, wow. If he did it, what is my other pastor? What are the other pastors doing? So no, I'm straight, man. I ain't even going to church no more. I'm disillusioned with the church. That's what they do, man. So when these pastors, and the only reason I'm saying something, because when you start talking about you want to be a shepherd for the Lord, man, that's a whole different platform. Like, I know I'm not ready for it. So, I mean, I get it, but I can be a shepherd for my people. But when you start talking about that, man, you got to really have yourself in order. And when you catch yourself slipping as a pastor, sometimes the word is, I'm backsliding. You better go start praying, because if you really believe in the power of God, God can heal what you really don't want to do. Because you got to understand, as long as you're a pastor, you think temptations ain't going to come to you from a spiritual aspect. That's how the devil play in your soul, man. For real. So you legitimately went to a PD party, and you really thought that you was not going to be criticized. Not only did you not go, you went to a couple of pub. I wouldn't even, listen. It's like going to freak. If you call me, Tula Kabone, and say, hey, man, Freak having a party, I'm immediately before you get to, do you want? No. Well, no, I don't even want to be in that type of environment, family. Because I don't know how that's going to play out, what they going to do, and I'm just not that type of person to fall victim to that. Now, if you told me you're going to have some Chantel, a bunch of people getting together, because I understand Chantel got a character. So I ain't got no problem with, okay, I'll bring my girl, we'll go to hang out. We just sit up and just enjoy the moment, enjoy the camaraderie, talk about politics, talk about social issues. She having a little get-together or party. No problem. I got you. But when you bring a freak leak and butt naked Betty, I'm straight. Because both of them off the chain. So how you look and the reason I'm saying this, because listen, let me tell you something. That's fact in the black community. We all know we got some black people are very nosy. And we know it's true. We are some nosy people. We'll watch TikTok all day. We'll watch YouTube. We're going to get the dirt on everybody. And you got one friend you could call and say, well, hey, tell me what's going on with TJ. Oh, you want to know what's going on with TJ? They know everything. And your friend going to say, well, you got to call the one. She know everything. Or you got to call my man. He know. That's how we are. We are inquisitive and nosy. And I'm just being real, man. We'll stop on side of the road to watch somebody get arrested. We ain't filming it. We watching it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to watch out. But that's just who we are. Let's be real. I think I can talk to my family like that. We are a nosy people, right? My little brother is very nosy, and I love him, but he knows it. You know what I'm saying? He get off the phone with me when he'll go fight. So I get it. It's okay. But and the reason I'm saying this, because we know what goes on in our community. So there's certain things that if you're not a part of that, you're not going to pull me into that. I don't care who you are. If I'm not into dancing and all that drinking, because I don't drink or smoke. I don't smoke weed, I don't drink cigarettes, I don't do none of that. I've never been a partier like that. So I'm not going to invite myself into a situation where I know Freakley and he doing all, putting stuff in the women pills and they do. I'm not going around that. So for everybody now who is trying to criticize Diddy, right, and trying to throw the rock and hide the hand as if y'all didn't go to the party, shame on you. Instead of you trying to uplift the brother, because what I'll do, I'll catch Freak Leak on the side and say, family, let me holler at you. Look, brother, you better than what you showing. This are the consequences for your behavior. This is what real guys do. You talk to them and try to uplift their thinking so they can see the consequences of their behavior. You don't say, hey, man, what's up, my man? You throwing a party. Man, they wild, man. You know, I like what you doing. And then talk behind his back, man. You know he crazy. I ain't going over there. We got to learn to uplift people. If you feel that Diddy was out of order, why didn't y'all just talk to the brother? I didn't have no idea. Talk to the brother. Speak to him. You know, there's somebody, and then if you can't get through to him to say, okay, well, you know what mama say? Well, you want to act wild, I just pray for you. Sometimes you just got to pray for people and ask God to bless their soul. Right? That's fact. But for you to participate in the behavior, then all of a sudden now we do, man, that was crazy what he did. Now your face popped up as one of the people there. You ain't got nothing to say now. That's a shame. But when we know people's out of order and you a person of integrity and you feel you can whisper good counsel in that person's ear, man, do that. They could be they could be the most immoral person on the planet, but just that nice word of encouragement might get them to look at things from a different way. Family, you can't be putting pills in women's drink, fam. I say, listen, man, such and such saying, this is what they saying in the street. And you know what Jesus said? The streets know, the police know too. Right? That's what Jesus said. So you need to really think about what you're doing and who you got in your circle. And if you got real people in your circle, they're not finna aid me in that behavior anyway. Because like I told y'all last week, I don't even hang around. I can't rock like that. I don't just selectively hang around any type of people in my circle. I'm just not finna rock out like that. Because, you know, that could be a consequence on you. I don't hang around people that do crazies. I don't do none of that. Because I don't want that in my circle. Neither do I want to interfere with my vibe, period. Sometimes we got to know when to fold them and know when to hold them, man. And if you can't encourage your friend to be right, then sometimes you just got to step away. Love from a distance. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have a friend like Freak Elite and he likes you, he like chopping up with you, and sometimes you got to spit a lug on him. Man, you ain't come to the point. Listen, Freak Elite, I like you as a person, family, but I don't like how you dealing with that situation. That's an ugly situation. You can't get women drop stuff in they drink. That's rape, man. That's 100. You can't do that, family. You can't play your hand like that. Or I don't like the fact that you doing this and I'm doing that, but I still love you. I don't love what you do. You know what I'm saying? You love the person. You don't love the behavior. So sometimes we have to learn that, man. I don't like when people, what's amazing to me is just how people know somebody's doing something wrong, but they don't say nothing to them until everybody else starts saying on the behavior exposed. Oh, I knew that was happening. How you know? Oh, I went over there a couple times. Well, why didn't you say something to the brother or sister? Now all of a sudden, now you want to be on the news getting interviewed talking about them, and you was there also, or you could have said something to them. I don't like them. Them people to me is fake, man. You say something to people when they're in their worst moments, and you know they can be better than what they are. I appreciate the hand club. That's real. We have to be real people at all times. You can't fake realness and be real and fake. You know, period. Either you're going to be authentic here and there and not stand on your business and stand on your truth, or just don't say nothing at all. Period. If I'm in your circle, you in my circle, I'm going to say, hey, man, yeah, bro, we can't smoke weed in front of the church family. You can't be smoking weed in front of your children family. You can't be cussing in front of your children family. You can't be yelling at your girl in front of your children. Your girl can't be yelling to you in front. It's just certain things I'm going to say to you. And if you rear up at me, I'm going to rep at you, and I'm going to say, you know what, man? It's probably best we go our separate ways. But I love you from a distance. Are you for real? Some people look at you like you crazy when you say that because you want to accept behavior you know is out of pocket. And they think you wrong until they get arrested or go to jail. Then they say, oh, yeah, I should have listened. You the first one they called, they want you to bail them out. Right? But they wouldn't listen to you, like the brother from the guacamole. You think somebody ain't probably told that man you got an attitude and you done shot a guy in the knee over some guacamole? Chipotle, something you don't even own. But this is the type of stuff, man, we really got to really think about, man. We have to think about the stuff that we're doing prior to doing it. And unfortunately, man, some of us are caught up in what I call an illusionary thinking, right? And we don't want to deal with the consequences of our behavior. So I would listen to, and I want to talk about this. I really, because me and my sister did a show on this. When Chris Rock spoke in that brother's wife, and Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, and you know, and I really want to have this conversation because this deals with behavior too. And what I said, and I'll say it again, Chris Rock had no business talking about that man's woman in front of millions and millions of people watching that show. She was not there for his entertainment that way. And some people said, well, you know he a comedian. Well, I said he didn't talk about no white woman like that because he wouldn't dare do that. He would dare never say anything like that about a white woman and a Jew. He wouldn't have the courage to do that because he know that Chris Rock would be no more. So he decided that he would say something about Jada Pinkett. I blew my mind. He said something about Jada Pinkett. And some people say, if that was your woman sitting there to enjoy the moment, she's not thinking in terms of somebody's going to talk about me because I got low hair. Black women wear low hair. And for him to compare her to G.I. Jane, he should have got that slap. I said it. Because if he would have been in the hood in a party style, do you really think that Chris Rock would have said that to somebody in the hood about their woman standing right next to them? I want y'all to really think about the hood etiquette. Now we got hood etiquette. He wouldn't even thought about that because he know when he get to your wife, he getting slapped right upside the head and stomped out in the party store. So he thought it was okay to degrade a woman in front of millions of people about her hair being short or what she was dealing with. Some people say she got alopecia. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But what made him think that was okay to do that? Again, he wasn't thinking. He thought everything is not to be funny, man. And if it is, that's a private joke you have, and you got to find out if that's okay. You can't just start talking about people wife before millions and millions of people. What you think of how your woman looking at you? If you say something about my girl, family, it's over, career over. I'm coming. You already know I'm coming. You might as well just hit duck, call security, because you ain't finna disrespect mine like that. Right? Facts. Now, I bet you in the money, there'd have been some of those rappers you you already knew the consequence. But the fact that the brother did it, I'm trying to figure out why he thought that was okay. Then here you go. He go Hollywood. Right? Because it's two black men. Let's have a conversation. They want to play it up like Chris Rock is the victim. Will Smith shouldn't have said that, and he was wrong. And no, he wasn't, because that's how black people rock. We don't rock like they do in Hollywood. Y'all want to let what's the guy named Woody Allen sleep with his stepdaughter? Y'all do that. We don't rock like that. We rock totally different. And Chris Rock had he been at the mall, been in a party store, been at a store, been at Walmart, and he said something, let him go in Walmart and say something about somebody's wife in front of him and watch how that works. He could be a black midget. He going at him. We don't rock like that, man. So, and then our thing is, why, to me, it was more of a woman night. Why didn't you say something about a man? There's a whole bunch of bald-headed men there. Why did you have to pick on her First of all, black women sometimes have complexes about their hair. They already attacked and told they're ugly. You got black skin. You're a mammy. You know. So they already dealing with a lot of complexes. And brothers, we don't compliment them sometimes when we should. We talk nasty about our own women. Facts. We do that. So black women got a lot going on in their head. And all she did was attend an event, which the first black man hosted the event for the Oscars. I think that's what it was. First black man hosted that. Will Smith was there, get an award for playing Serena Williams' dad. And Chris Rock, you had to talk about this man, woman, wife looking like G.I. Jane. And you think he was wrong, and you up here playing the victim. Man, you don't get out of here, man. That man would have been all the way out of pocket for not popping you upside your head. Period. What he supposed to do, sit there and grin? Nah, and I get it. People say, well, his wife dogged him out before. Okay, that's before. That's him and his wife. They worked that out. Chris Rock, you don't have a right to talk about that man's wife. And especially, the reason I'm saying this, because we got to think, man, if you don't protect nobody else, you protect your family, you protect your woman, you protect your children, you protect your mama, that's what you're supposed to do. And particularly you protect women. Now, what was Jada Pinkett supposed to do? Go up there, how about that would have looked? She the one that slapped him herself. Everybody looking at Will Smith now, like, damn, why he didn't do something? Because that's how it would have went. She wouldn't have been out of pocket for going up there slapping him. But everybody would look at Will Smith. Oh, man, he weak. He didn't go slap him himself. So, okay, then Hollywood tell him, well, we gonna cancel you from coming to the Oscar for 10 years. Who cares? Y'all don't give awards to black people anyway, unless they playing a dirty cop. That's it. Like you did Denzel Washington. He should have got an award for Malcolm X. Y'all get Denzel and an Oscar for playing a dirty cop, black cop. Right? So let's not act like Hollywood's, the Oscars is everything. Then you want to restrict them for being in the movies. Right? Come on, man. But you let Woody Allen, who had a girlfriend, who had a daughter that he met when she was a child, when she get older, he marries his girlfriend's daughter, and y'all think that's okay. Right? And I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure out but you still let and celebrate, but you want to get mad at Will Smith for slapping Chris Rock. And I say that, man, because we have to understand, man, etiquette is everywhere we go. I'm never going to speak bad about a man's wife. You know, now if we talk in a private conversation, we might have a private conversation because brothers do that like women talk about men with their friends. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. But can you imagine a sister being on stage? That's cool. And then she said, well, look at him with his stinking bad breath and his funky shoes. And it's, man, first of all, I'm going to tell you, the black woman, she going to start taking off her shoes, taking her earrings off. She got weave on. She finna get that together. And she finna walk on that stage. Because listen, all she going to say, don't say nothing else about my man. She coming up there. Because that's what we do. You right? And I'm saying this, man, because sometimes my people, we got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. You can't just, I appreciate that. You can't just continue to just say things because you feel that you're in an environment of protection amongst a bunch of other people who don't understand black culture. We understand black etiquette. We understand that we've been a people that's always been attacked. So we always got to hold our moral and integrity together. I'm never going to try to shame a black woman, any woman in any type of environment. Period. I don't have a right to do that. Right? Even I done had sisters, man, I hold the door for them. They look at me like I'm crazy. I don't say, oh, well, I don't say nothing. I just think in my head, wow, that's how it is. But we got to understand, man, we have to hold a certain decorum on ourselves. Now, Chris Rock's name was in the mud. He started going around touring talking about it. Well, Will Smith called me and he shouldn't even, I wouldn't even apologize to you. And I would have said, if I see you had them gloves on, I would have set up a boxing match. We the one got in the ring, family. I would have said, okay, you want to make money? Let's get this money. We going to box. Now, that's how we going to play that since you want to run your mouth. You know what I was always told, loose lips get popped in the ships. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up. Because one thing we never did, man, even if we knew that the brother was dating a woman that got around a little bit, and I'm not saying that because brothers get around too, so let me put that out there. But if we knew that, but she got herself together, she in church now, she done changed her life, and she wasn't working in still. You didn't go talk about that man's wife. That man know our history. We embrace the brother. And when you seen her, say, hey, sister, how you doing? And that's how you played that. We didn't sit up and but so, man, it's important to me, man, that we have to understand. We have to speak truth to our own people sometimes, even when it hurt us to do that. Because sometimes, man, our people, it's like when I tell, and I say this unequivocally, that black men are the most disrespected man on the planet Earth. And we get disrespected by every other culture. And we get disrespected by sometimes our own women. You have never seen any other culture, including white culture, disrespect that man openly like black men are disrespected. We talking on television shows, their dogs, or you have never seen any other culture try to strictly promote the leadership of their women and lead a man out. And I say this unequivocally, that's what's going on now. You don't see a lot of black men and black women partnership when it comes to uplifting the culture, where they have equal ownership. It's most of the time, it's the sister who have the ownership, and the brother's way down on the totem pole if he got anything to do with it. And I hate to say this, but I must be truthful, unless he gay. If he gay, they can embrace that. But we talking about a strong heterosexual brother who just want the respect and have the ability to provide for his family. It's not really happening like that. And Frances Cress Welsing made the prediction a long time ago when she was on the Tony Brown show. She was talking with a brother who's a black psychologist, Alfred Poussaint. And what she said was deep. She was saying that the black woman could get a job before the black man could, because they don't want, and how she explained it, and you know what, it may have sounded crazy back then, but if people really think about what I'm saying, it's real. They didn't want black men to be in a position where he could take care of his family and be independent of the system of welfare, right? So what they did was they kind of isolated him and they pushed the sisters up. But I don't knock nothing against the sisters because they got to eat too, so I'm not a hater on that. But at some point, you have to recognize that sometimes, sisters, y'all got to go pull a man up because the way the system is designed now, they don't really want black men. And it's been systematically structured that way. Now, they'll let us pick up trash around the party store or drink a few brews, but we talking about when we are in a position, because every black man that I know has a strong desire to be financially independent of welfare, to want to care and love for his family, want to take care of his woman, and be a provider and a protector, period. We don't want to be begging for food stamps and picking up cans and, getting odd jobs, having to go to, but that's what we've been reduced to. And then when we try to be men, we get bucked and laughed at. We criticized or the society tend to isolate us and don't let us be who we should be. So sisters, it's okay if you see a brother sometime, just try it. Even if he's working at McDonald's, working at Wendy's through the job, just say, hey, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you may encourage him to do a little more. Hearing it from a black woman, somebody, because we got kinship by what our ancestors struggled through because we're black. We're family because we're black. Whether you want to accept that or not, our struggles have brought us together through kinship. We can all sit up and talk about the war stories, those of us who our ancestors were enslaved in America, that we went to. We can all cry together. We can break bread together. So when I see a sister, I'm like, okay. And she said, well, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of what you're doing. I'm proud that you beating the odds and you trying to get through and you can have a podcast and a radio show, even though you never went to school for journalism. Right? But I'm proud of you. Or you see a brother picking up dirt on the side of the road, blow the horn. Hey, you can bribe your pop? Hey, you gonna get you a bag of chips? Hey, I'm proud of you, black man. You ain't out here stealing and robbing. And if you did, you got your life together. God watching you. God watching you. That's what we need. Not, oh, he working at McDonald's. Oh, okay. Watch this. Hey, where my burgers at? You heard what I said. What's wrong with you? I didn't ask for that. The brother already shook up like, whoa, where this coming from? Why you acting like this? But then you go see your white boss and they're like and you know he racist, and you treat him like he the king of the crop. Did you hear what I just said? Let's have that conversation. Then you go see your white boss and you don't say nothing. You, okay, whatever you say. And you know he racist. He don't like black people. But you sure be bound down. But you see the black man, you treat him like he's a piece of trash. Come on. Y'all know it's true. Let's have that conversation. I remember one time somebody told me, I just heard this. They say for sisters who have animosity towards black men, they should treat black men like they treat their white bosses who's racist. And it hit me like, wow, that is a powerful statement, right? Because they know their boss want to sleep with them. He won't give them a raise. He disrespects them. He don't respect their culture. And they still go to work grinning and bearing, hey, how you doing, Steve? I hate you, you racist. Blah, 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 blah. But you still be, hey, can you, oh, no problem. A brother, oh, here he go. What you want? What you want? Hey, sister, hey, don't call me your sister. You're like, whoa. Where that come? Because you didn't treat Steve like that. You understand, right, that you can't treat Steve. But why are you being down on me, the brother? Man, listen, let me tell you something, man. The hardest job it is in America is to be black. It's hard. It's hard for the black woman. It's hard for the black man. But people tend to have a little more sympathy for the sisters. I dig that. And I rock with that. But sisters, we need for y'all to have a little more sympathy for us too in America. You know, it's hard being us. You know, we trying to figure it out. You know, we get harassed, we get pulled over, we leave the house, we don't know if we're gonna live or die. Might end up like, what's the brother name? Major, the brother who was doing the marble thing and got caught. You know, he ran away from the white girl. Right? He ran away from her. This just happened. This last name Majors. He ran away from the girl he was with, whom happened to be white. Let me rephrase that. Happened to be white. Bragg, the one that's prosecuting Trump, the black brother, prosecuted the brother. And this is the history behind it. So this is what I mean by some of us kind of run away. Some of us will run away from blackness. We don't want to be black until we get some type of reward from some white people who feel like, okay, I got a token in the room, so we the only black person there cheesing and smiling, right? Then it's okay to be black. So the brother was accused of assaulting his girlfriend, who happened to be white. Right, and they show the video, but they show him pushing her back in the car. She comes to, he runs away from her. They show her chasing him, going to the bar afterwards with two other guys. Then she ended up going back to the apartment where he was not at. He stayed, he wouldn't spend the night in a motel, came home. She was like, she had OD'd. He called the police and started telling what happened. She had a bruise on, and then the police start asking them questions, right? And so they arrested both of them because they said, okay, you assaulted him, he assaulted you, so we taking both of y'all to jail. District Attorney Braggs, who is the Attorney General, a District Attorney in New York that's prosecuting Trump, the black guy, decided to drop the charges against the white woman who assault, which if you look at the video, she clearly is the aggressor. Dropped the charge against her, and he charged Majors with a crime, made him go to trial. He got found guilty of a misdemeanor, which is a compromised verdict, and lost all his contracts with Marvel. Facts. That's what happened. And what they're saying now about Braggs is that Braggs is intentionally targeting black men to prosecute for the. So when Donald Trump, 45, say that Braggs is a racist, no, he's not. No, he's not a racist. You're wrong about that one. He destroyed that guy's life, man. And if you look at the video, the average person wouldn't even charge them with domestic. The woman chased him. He's running away from down the street. My people think, man. That whole brother life is a career destroyed. So he got a sister with him. She trying to rehabilitate him, emotionally, because after you go through some traumatic, you went from top of the ladder. But let me tell you what he did before then. And I got to say this, because this is what Hollywood do. And I'm not ashamed to say it. They get our black men to wear dresses and act like homosexuals. And I'm not saying that in a negative way, so let me put that out there. I'm not saying if you are gay or homosexual, and I mean respectfully, that something's wrong with that. But when you intentionally want me to play that role in order to move up in society or move up in the movie industry, then I have a problem with that if it's against my principles and morals. Now, for people like doing that's their thing, cool. But Majors, prior to that, was dressed up on a magazine like he was feminine. Then right after that happened, and you see where that got him. He still got kicked out of Hollywood. And the reason I'm saying that, man, sometimes as black men, we have to be strong in our conviction. We can't keep chasing the dollar. Sometimes we just got to say, like David Chappelle said, I'm straight on that. I can't rock out with that. Because even when you play that game, you suffer. And that's what happened. Now, Jonathan Majors, Jonathan Majors' career destroyed now. Destroyed. And that's what we got to think, man. If you date somebody that's aggressive and crazy, sometimes you just got to, man or woman, sometimes, listen, listen, this is why I tell women, and I mean everything I'm saying. If you hit me one time, we're done. I don't care if we get together for 14 years. If you decide to slap me, it's over. I'm done. There's no counsel. You should have got counsel before you met me, because it's done. Because I'm too strong. If I slap you, I'm going to jail. So how am I there to be a punching bag? And I tell brothers this, man, why are you, because you got some women, man, listen, they brag about beating their man up. I slapped the hell out of them. I couldn't wait to hit him with that stick or punch him. And y'all women know it's true. And the brother just be, because he don't want to hit you. He know he's strong, and he just still in a relationship. Now, do you see what I'm saying? Don't you ever talk to me. Okay, no, I'm out of here. You leave, watch this. I'm out of here. I'm going to wait. If you're too crazy, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, yeah, you got me. And I'm going to wait till you go to work. You come home, everything gone. And you calling me, guess what happened? Your number blocked. Now you calling me for 15. You know how y'all do it. Get all them different phone numbers, right? And you calling me for 15 different phones. And you can do that. Because y'all know how y'all do, men, women. Come on, let's talk about it. Y'all wait till a man leave and move he don't even see it coming. He think everything cool, you still mad. He come home, brothers told me that they came home, everything gone, even the food. One brother say he worked with the woman and she didn't even come to work and took all the stuff out the house. And he trying to talk to her. She like, okay, yep, And I'm just like, okay, I got you. Right? And so with that type of situation, man, you gotta be on your guard. Sometimes it's best to have cameras in your house, man, and you better check them once in a while. Especially if your girl to say you better check. But on the for real note, yeah, I mean that. I don't believe that. So black people, we grew up in aggressive environments growing up. We done seen people fight. We done seen people get shot at. We done seen people beat up. We done seen our families, our mamas get beat. So it become normalized to us to see violence. That's not normal. That's abnormal. Listen, you hear me? I remember, and we hear people talk, we know of a sister come tell us, oh, I'm going to blow your house up. More like, you just like, okay, well, that's Ron. She just talking. She upset. So we ignore that. So let me tell you what the sister did. She got mad and sent her children to the suburbs, to school, got mad and told the school district she was going to blow the school up. Now, if she was in the hood, they could be like, girl, stop lying. You can't even afford a carton of eggs. How you going to get a bomb? You know what they did? They arrested her and charged her with terrorist act. This really happened. Because sometimes you can't take the hood behavior to the suburb. Everybody don't understand black culture. We understand. I appreciate that. But no, it really happened. They charged that sister with terrorism. Because out there, they ain't playing with you. In the hood, you can do all that mouth jousting and talking and just screaming. Because we okay, yep. That's what we do. But when you take that to another culture in the suburb, oh, they going to show you. Man, they arrested that sister, again, I repeat, for terrorist threats. Because how is she even going to, we don't know how to make a damn bump. We have no idea. And we understand that. But the reason I'm saying that, because you got to act according to where you are. You can't be like them brothers walk around in East Point, 6 of them, walk around in East Point, one between 1 and 3 in the morning looking in car. Did you really think that was going to happen in East Point, the suburb of Detroit, the outer suburb of Detroit, Michigan, and they wasn't going to call the police on you? Are y'all for real, man? Brother who shot the guy in the knee for some guacamole. Was that really? Well, I bet he was sitting in that cell, breath smelling like guacamole, and saying, damn, was it really that good? No, it wasn't. You shame your family. Your family looking at you like you crazy. There go my daddy. I knew it was going to happen. Right? And sometimes, man, we just, again, I know this is Freestyle Wednesday. My time is on. But, man, come on, man. The stuff I said is real. We got to, and sisters, please, stop. When a brother hold a door for you, just say thank you. Don't be looking at him crazy and grim. And, for brother, the brother might not be well kept. Y'all want to judge men by their shoes? You wouldn't like me at all. I don't wear the expensive Michael Jordan. No, I don't. But my shoes are very clean. What I wear, I'm clean. I keep myself together. I'm not going to pay $200 for a pair of jeans. I'll buy some expensive jewelry. I'll do that. I will do that. I like keeping myself together on jewelry. But I'm asking y'all, man, to please, when y'all see a brother, man, elevate his spirit. Say something nice to him, even if he's working at a McDonald's. Sometimes your kindness could be a whole thing that changes his life. We battling against some hell of a forces, man. And if they could, they would kill all black men in society and just get rid of us. Because we supposed to be the protector of the family. We don't want to be thieves. We don't want to be on food stamps. We want to be lovers and protectors of our women. Some of us don't know how to do that because we grew up in such crazy environments where we've been called names, told we want nothing, you in this, you in that. They didn't teach us how to read in school. So sometimes just a little kindness. Just a little bit. Brother, washing your car. Hey, brother, you did a great job. I appreciate what you did. Young man, you keep doing what you're doing. You need to look for something. I tell them all the time, hey, bro, let me tell you something. You can get better than what you're doing. You doing a good job cleaning these cars out. Have you ever thought about washing cars on your own? Get you some business card made, pass them out to people in the hood, and they'll pay you to come by and wash their car in their front yard. As long as you're doing a good job, charge them $20, they're going to pay you that. So now you done started your own business. You ain't even working for the foreigners at the car wash. You telling you they're going to give you $5 or $6 an hour plus tips, and they sitting up driving a brand new car, and you catching the bus. Black men don't know how to believe in themselves. They don't. We don't know how to have that motivation to believe in ourselves that we could do whatever we want to do. But I'm telling you from a person that God has blessed, but for the glory of God, who came from poverty, who came from homelessness, who came from nothing and became something in the eye of God, man, that you can do whatever because my mama always told me, hey, one day you're going to be famous. You're going to be something. My dad went to work. I didn't care how it went. Hey, you got to get up and get to work. My dad woke us up early in the morning. It wasn't no laying around the house 12 o'clock playing video games. No, sir. 6, 7 in the morning. I was sick. Get up out that bed. Get outside. Go find something to do. And that prepared me to get up early in the morning. I got to get up and load. I got to get up and load. I got to get up and do stuff, man. So, I'm saying this for a reason. That we need to come together and be encouraged. Don't attack women when you're in a position. Everything is not a joke, man. People don't go to comedy shows to be made fun of. I just feel like there's so much more we could talk about. Now, if somebody jostling with you, that's different. But you got an advantage. Sometimes brothers just want to be in a position, in space, where we can just feel loved and protected and just feel wanted, by our own people. And sometimes it's hard, man, particularly when you hold a door and they looking at you like you finna steal their purse. They ain't even got a purse. They looking at you like you finna steal a purse. Or don't want to smile at you and say thank you. And then when you get grim, I ain't holding no door for you. Oh, wow, what's that about? Now you out of order. A sister pushed me a shopping cart. Man, you should have seen how she looked at me. She looked at me like I was crazy. I said, thank you. She kept walking. I said, oh, it must be her hair because she looks, I'm just looking like, okay, what's that about? I didn't do anything to you. But, I keep moving. And then sometimes when I meet people, this is amazing. I be having, they ignore me. I might just say, hey, nice day, how are you? They ignore me. And I say, hey, by the way, I want to ask you a question on my radio. Huh? Now their ears spark up and I say, I'm a radio. Oh, you are? Where you at? And you know what I do? I give them a question. They say, yeah, it ain't nothing. Okay, thank you so much. I kind of spin off on them. Because sometimes I do it anymore. I just want to see how they going to react. When you say, oh, yeah, you doing a radio show? Where you at? 88.1 FM? Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, wow. You on? Yep, yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. When I was on 9:10 a.m., everybody know about 9:10, one of the biggest black radio, till you kick all the black people off. But you know what, man? We need healing in our community. I was listening to a rap song. And I want to tell y'all something. Listen to gospel rap. Mix number 35. You will love gospel rap. Gospel rap, the way it is now, is so powerful. And the brother said, if life was a remote control, I would put it on pause. Everybody is praising the killers and not healers. And I said, man, this is real. And he was saying that the industry pushes that. If life was a remote control, can you imagine if life was a remote control and you had the opportunity to put your life on pause? How would you do a rewind to correct the things that you did wrong? How much would you look at the world totally different, right? And that's the thing. And guess what, though? Every day we wake up, we got an opportunity to do a rewind on our life. We got a time to reflect and say, okay, well, I can do this better. I can do that better. I can treat this person better. We have opportunity to do that. But the question is, will you really do that? Are you a producer or are you a producer? Or you just a follower. Follow me. You just follow what's going on and not. But you got to love you. A lot of people look at themselves in the mirror and don't even know who they are. They hate themselves. Hey, man, listen, this is why I used to say on 910, love the skin that you in. They used to love it. I look at myself, I'm like, okay, I love who I am. I just vibe like that. Or I go to the gym and I work out harder. If it's a certain look I want, a physique I want to have, that's what I focus on. But at the end of the day, I still got to love me. Because if I love me, then I can love you. I can learn how to properly love you. People who don't love themselves don't know how to love people outside of themselves. When I see somebody miserable, I say, okay, yeah, they don't love themselves. Because you love yourself, it's easy to love somebody else. It's easy to be real. You ain't got to be fake with what you do, man. Well, my time is almost up, y'all. And, Chantel cut me off at 6. I don't get a break, y'all, but I ain't mad. I understand. But I just want to say, man, thank y'all for listening today, Freestyle Wednesday. I really hope, like, love, and share my videos. They're important to me. And again, like I said, I don't have no notes. I just come from my head. But I love y'all, and please, man, be kind. Be kind is easy. Be kind to everyone. We all are